Morning all. Martin's Test Shaves. I'm going to revisit a little bit of restoration that I did a couple of weeks back. I'd like to share with you. I had a little bit of a damaged razor. It was the Weltmeister, Bush's Weltmeister, the Weldmaster. It had been left in a plastic storage case, and unfortunately, if it's in very close into a case, you always get the same problem of leakage from these plastic, probably some sort of horrible plastic scales. Now, when they leak gas, they cause rust. So this one has been saved, but I was only going to say that the edge on this one was what was worrying me. It did have a little bit of the dreaded rot spreading onto it. I honed it, but what I was going to touch on today is the fact of the honing can restore anything. Just to prove a point, or rather negative prove a point, this became a very nice little razor which I'm about to shave with. But let me just show you something else, which is that I've been shaving with again. But it's a very, 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 very sharp edge. All Chevettes, a little bit uncomfortable because they do tend to be at the wrong angles because they've got, unlike these beautiful things, proper straight razors, they can never quite get the edge angle right because you've got to have an inserted, man-made, machine-made blade in there. So this is the best of the best, but it's still not quite as good as one of these. Anyway, on another point, when I actually rehoned and put a new edge on this, I also put an edge on this. I was hoping I'd be able to shave with it, but the steel really isn't up to it, so I won't. But I was only going to refer to the point, the lower the angle, like on a razor, the lower the angle, the better the edge. So anyway, it now slices in the kitchen perfectly, but that's another story. Right, back to the shave. I'm going to use an old favourite of mine. I'm going to use a Cella Red. Cheap and cheerful Cella, but it's got the nice almond oil in it, which does actually cause quite a nice shave. I haven't got any hot water. The reason I'm in a bit of a hurry, I'll make a confession. I've got to go to the dentist in about 3/4 of an hour, and I was chewing something the other day, like one does, and a filling popped out. So I'm going to go to the dentist, and he's going to hopefully replace and repair a few fillings. Not my favourite activity, but it's all about manliness at the end of the day. If you can stand having I don't know where he's from actually, I think he's Eastern Bloc gentleman. If you can stand having that torture, then you can stand anything. And certainly it makes shaving with a straight razor seem like child's play. However, that was enough of that. That's pretty good. This Cella does lather up well, but then I'm using my favourite synthetic brush. And, you know, I know people go on and on about how wonderful, luxurious Badger brushes are and things, but these do the job of the cheapest chips. This is a big yucky. This is either a 28 or I think it's a 30 millimeter yucky brush. And look at it, perfect. Anyway, enough of me, enough of that. Let's get on, do a quick shave. Golden rule, chaps. When handling very, very sharp things, do try and dry your mitts. It's I know it's a simple old adage, but honestly, you don't want to slip with one of these. So let's have a look at this. This was restored by me on the 18th of the 5th, 25. So it's a relatively recent restoration. Let's see how it copes. I'm leaving a little bit of sideburns on. Don't know why. This is about 2 days of stubble. This is cutting absolutely beautifully. It's a slightly more stiff cut than with that feather that I just showed you. The feather with good blades is still superb for travelling, but it's not a patch on a straight razor. How about that for crisp? Yeah, this is nice. This is good steel, which has been saved. I don't know who the company is. I'm not very au fait with Bush, but this World Master certainly doing a good job. I shall do a very quick shave today. Don't know why I'm being so rushed. Probably anxiety of meeting the Vonus, my Eastern Bloc dentist. Yeah, listen to that. Crisp. No drag at all. Very slight hesitancy because obviously there's a few days growth. But the feel between this and one of these things, these are blissfully sharp, but they're just not in the same ballpark. It's the holding and the control. The control, the deftness one achieves with a straight razor. Yeah, it's beautiful. Although I must admit, it's been a few days since I've used one. Let's just put a little touch more on that area. And let's hope I haven't totally lost my touch. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, gentle. This is only a 5/8 razor. I don't even like 5/8 razors, but anything's better than those ghastly safety razors, or for that matter, the abrupt brittleness and sharpness, over sharpness of a Chevette. But for travelling purposes, Chevettes are good. But also, I did strop this, but the time it takes to simply strop a razor, it's far longer to change the blade on a so-called safety razor. Yeah, this is very nice. I'm enjoying this, even though it's only a little 5/8. Having used only lukewarm water, not my favourite, I strongly suggest hot water to start your shave with. All you need is a face flannel and a bit of hot water, and you've got instant softening of the bristles. Yeah, you can hear these bristles weren't softened, but they're cutting beautifully. So that's it really, guys. Yeah. Basically, a glorified single pass will do. Don't want to spoil these dentists, do we? No. I'm sure he's seen worse than me. But the precision that you get, even with this little 5/8, superb. Just 5/8 is a little bit dinky. I do like a bigger razor. Do you know, I'm going to call that a day. It's not perfect, but we don't live in a perfect world. So there you have it, 5/8 razor by a slightly unusual company. I've not actually heard of these. This is the first one I've ever had, but it's the Guarantee Shine First Solingen Wattarbeit. Oh, so it's a good Solingen razor. It's 5/8. It's quite late because it's in a plastic sheath, possibly 60s, possibly 70s. I don't know, but I do know that I'm very pleased it came out to be a very, very, very handy little razor. Very pretty, cheap as chips. I paid a little bit for it because it has all its original guarantee paper. But the pity is, this is the golden rule, you don't want cell rot. So if you're unsure about the material of the scales. Just keep the razor in the open. Just put it on a shelf. Just put it behind some glass. Don't put it into a plastic or an old card case if it's already started to sweat. But there it is, chaps. What a beautiful little job. I'm very pleased with that. Anyway, that's it. I'm done. Hopefully you guys find this vaguely interesting. Sorry it's a bit rushed today. And I do apologise for showing you the strangeness of my collection of Chevettes. That's the one I modified. And the gold one, which is over here, isn't that a piece of work? Whoa, had to do it. Right, chaps, wipe the mush, simple splash, and we're done. The Cella really is a simple to use, very, very nice soap. I'd recommend it to anybody. Cheap as chips, works a treat, gorgeous lather. What I'm going to do now is put my usual, because I'm rather addicted, my usual American Clubman Pinard, because it is rather nice. It's very citrusy, but not too vicious. That's it, guys. Ready for the dentist. Anyway, chaps, hope you enjoyed this. If you do, give me a tick, give me a like, and bonsoir.